Hi, I'm Joel Schrank, voiceover talent and audio expert, here with another quick recording tip. So, this is another editing tip for you. Every now and then, when I'm recording, I experience mouth noise. It's a real thing, it happens. It's frustrating, it's annoying. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, mouth noise is the noises that your mouth sometimes naturally makes when you're speaking. Oftentimes comes across like, right? Super annoying. There are lots of things you can do to try and prevent it from the front end. Just keep it out of your recording altogether. Obviously, that's the best idea. I've heard drinking caffeine causes mouth noise, so don't drink that cup of coffee or whatever. I've heard that eating apples and chewing gum can actually help. The apple thing I've actually tried. It's actually sometimes helps. I also try and keep just a clean mouth, so I'll brush my teeth sometimes before I go into the booth. And then number one, most important, stay hydrated. That's the biggest thing to help you reduce mouth noise on the front end, so it's not even in your recording. But sometimes it happens. It's just an unavoidable fact of recording voiceover. It's going to happen. And so, what do you do when it's there? When you've got a great take, you don't want to have to redo it because it's a perfect take, except for there's a couple of little mouth clicks in it. Sometimes the mouth clicks happen outside of a word. It's in a kind of a pause in between. Maybe your lips are smacking. Those are generally easy enough to take care of. You just kind of remove them. Um, but sometimes it happens smack dab in the center of a word, and that's hard to remove. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. It's not impossible. There's software that can help you. I've heard a lot of folks say you can get software to help you. I'm going to show you how to actually do it. So here we go. If you look here, I've already identified the area here. This is a project I've been working on where a click occurred. And it's right there, this guy right here. And you might not hear it this first time around, but put on a pair of good headphones for this one because you got to listen for it. Hollywood had a. Did you hear it? If you didn't, put on a different pair of headphones and listen. Hollywood had a captive. It's right there. Hollywood had. Okay, so if you didn't hear it, trust me, it's there. And if you need to get a better pair of headphones so that you can listen for these things, because that's kind of the first point or first part is being able to hear it. If you did hear it, then to you it's probably glaring and totally obnoxious as it is to me. So I'm using the DAW Reaper. It's the one that I use. It's my favorite. It works really, really well, but unfortunately doesn't really have a method to just kind of remove mouth noise or clicks like that, other than just if it's in between a word, you can delete it. But when it's right smack dab in the middle of a word, you can't even see it on the waveform because it's embedded within the word I'm saying. And so you have to use some different software. I like to use this guy. It's called iZotope RX Audio Editor. I use iZotope RX Elements, RX6 Elements. You can buy the full version of RX6. I think it's like $500 or something like that. I got the iZotope Elements version for something like 50 or 60 bucks. And I'm pretty sure I got it on a deal, like a Black Friday deal or something like that. But it's way, way more cost efficient. And if all you're doing is voiceover, it's really all you'll need. Honestly, for basic music audio production too, I can't imagine I'd need anything more than what I get just from the Elements version. Um, so what we're looking to do, obviously, is to get rid of the click. I've already found it here in the waveform and I've highlighted it. Let's listen to this again and see if you can hear it here in the raw waveform. Hollywood had a. Okay, now that I've kind of pointed it out, I hope that it's even easier to hit. It's right here. Wood had a. So what this is this blue part is the waveform like what we see in Reaper or whatever DAW you're using. And some DAWs have something like this built in as well, so you may not have to buy an external editor. But in iZotope here, what you can see is kind of, they mostly work the same way. You see kind of the orange part here on the side. This is kind of breaking down for us the frequencies. And so we're seeing, okay, down here on the bottom end, this is the lower end frequency, or, down here on the bottom end, this is kind of the low frequencies. And then this is obviously the higher frequencies. And so the clicks oftentimes live kind of up in the higher frequencies. It's kind of You know, I mean, it's a higher kind of a pitched sound. And so usually you're going to be looking up here. Sometimes there's a bump or something like that. That might be living down here in the lower area. If it's kind of like a microphone bump, that ends up kind of down in the lower area. But I found most mouth noise ends up kind of up here. And it's actually pretty easy to spot. Um, if you know what you're looking for, and especially if you know generally where it is, it's usually kind of a little bit of a line. Like you can see this right here. It's a little line, a couple of kind of bright spots here, where all the rest of this is a little bit smoother, and you can kind of see it almost looks like sand from a beach coming and being washed in, and then all of a sudden there's this thing there that's got a couple of little eyes that are looking right at you. And that's what we want to get rid of. It's easy enough to do if you have an editor like this. I'd highly recommend you get one because it's useful to have. Is literally you highlight it, hit the delete button, and that reduces it takes it away basically. I mean, that's in essence, that's essentially what you're doing. Really, it reduces the volume of it to the point where you can't hear it anymore. And so now we listen to it.
Hollywood had a cap.
And it's gone.
Hollywood had a.
For reference.
Hollywood had a.
And then if I take it away.
Hollywood had a cap.
And it's gone. And that's all you got to do. Super easy. And then, since I'm using an external editor, I have to save it. It automatically updates in Reaper. And
Hollywood had a cap.
And bam, it's gone. It's like it was never there. So I hope that was helpful to you. We'll be back again here sometime. I hope you check out some more videos. Some of my previous videos as well. Otherwise, check me out online at www.joelschrank.com. We'll hope to see you here again soon.